Hi everybody, I'm Catherine and this is the KZ Beauty Coach. Welcome to my channel. So glad you could make it. I'm so glad to have you here. Today we're going to be talking about Essence, the brand Essence, which is a really affordable brand that you can find in Ulta. You can also find them at CVS now. They started in CVS about 2019. So I wanted to do a little bit of a full face. They don't really have very many complexion products. So I went ahead and put concealer and foundation and primer on. I did not have any of their primers. I've heard good things about them, but I didn't have any of those. So we're going to kind of move forward with some of the products that we do know. They have a product called the iheartstage eyeshadow base. And I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit of that on my lids. It's a little bit peachy, which I need because I have very veiny colored lids. And we'll see how well it does as far as an eyeshadow primer, but I will say this is a very inexpensive product and this is very comparable to the expensive NARS eyeshadow base primer that I've been using. So that was great. So that was the iHeartStage eyeshadow base primer. I also got the Essence Brighten Up. This is their banana powder, which I'm going to use to powder under my eyes and set my makeup under my eyes, just using this BK Beauty 108 brush. And this is a lightening powder. I'm just going to kind of press it. I don't want to look ghost-like, but this is a very nice finely milled powder. I'm going to go ahead and also put that on top of my eyelids just to prep for when we get to the eye makeup. So that's really a nice powder. For all over the skin, this is a new powder that I have. It's their loose fixing powder. It's the My Skin Perfector. So I'm going to use the It Cosmetics powder brush. It comes out quite a bit in the pan, so I'm just going to dust a little bit in here. So I just want to kind of, especially in the T-zone, set my makeup. They don't have a lot of cream products, so most of these are going to be powders. So I wanted to go ahead and make sure that I set my makeup with a powder. So that is that My Skin Perfector, which I believe is a relatively new product for them. Okay, so we're going to try something. I ordered this Essence Sun Club Matte Bronzing Powder Palette a while ago, and I really was not that happy with it, and it was because it's just so dark. The tones are super dark for me. I'm going to go in with a really light hand. I'm actually going to use a little bit of a skinnier brush too to see how I can do this. This is the BK Beauty 107. I'm going to go into the lightest shade. We're going to see. This was super dark for my fair skin, but we're going to see if we can make this work. It's actually not looking too bad, this lightest shade. Well, maybe I put it on wrong before, but using this smaller brush, I will say, is helping it to not overdo with this bronzer. Okay, not bad. Now I only used that lightest shade, and it actually turned out pretty well. I'm pretty happy with that. We will buff it in too to kind of smooth it all out a little later. For blush, I have several of their blushes. The first blush I ever got from them was the Satin Touch blush. This is in Satin Love. And then I also got the Satin Coral, which is really nice for the summer in particular. And then they just came out with this new formula called The Blush. And this is in the shade Befitting. And then I just got this one that's a blush lighter, and it's got both highlighter and blush, and this is called Nude Twilight. I think today I'm going to go into the original blush, this one that's called Satin Love. And you can see it right there. Sonia Kashuk blush brush. One of their absolute most talked about products is this Essence Pure Nude highlighter, and it is a beautiful highlighter, and it's very subtle and nice, but it really does a perfect job, and most people talk about it's one of the best products in the drugstore. So I'm just going to take it on my Real Technique setting brush and go ahead and try to get a little light on this face. I mean, it gives you a nice highlight. That's really nice. I'm going to go ahead and take my BK Beauty Buffer Brush, and I'm going to go back in and get a little bit of the loose powder from the My Skin Perfector. Just a little bit, because I don't want a lot. They don't have like a setting powder type, but I need a little something just to buff everything in, make it look seamless. Okay, good. I can still see the highlighter. Hasn't buffed too much away. I still have some light, but not too much, and I really like that. So far, complexion is pretty good. I did pick up this, one of their setting sprays. It's called the HD Hydra Primer Setting Spray, and I'm a little concerned about the sprayer in this. Oh, that was better. It came out kind of a single stream before, so we're gonna try this. Okay. I don't have my fan. I need my fan. It definitely, it's good. I mean, it came out pretty heavy. I like a little bit of a lighter spray, but it was pretty good. So let's move on to the eyes. So one of the palettes, they have several different eye palettes, but one of the palettes that I really love that I picked up last year is their Beautiful palette, eyeshadow palette. Let me show you. It's perfect for fall. Just really pretty shades. So I'm going to go into that today. And we already have our eyes primed. So I'm going to go ahead and get just my MAC blending brush, my 224. And I think today I'm going to go into kind of this, just this tannish color. Of course, you could use bronzer for any of this too. These are very pigmented. They blend very nicely. Okay, that looks nice just on its own, but we're gonna go ahead and add, I'm gonna use, this is actually an Anastasia Beverly Hills shading brush, and I think I'm gonna just go into the color Taupe Up. It's just kind of a goldy color, and I'm just gonna take that on the lid just for a little bit of a shimmer there. Okay, go back to my blending brush and just buff the edges. Just use that same shading brush, the edge of it, and I'm going to go back into my first color, the My Time, and I'm going to just take that underneath the lash line. Okay, good. Edges are blended out. Really just a very simple eye look, which is really kind of what I like. But this would be very pretty with some of these more terracotta colors as well. And actually, I might go into, I'm going to use this skinny brush. This is a MAC 221. And I'm just going to put it in the color In the Buff. And I'm just going to try to do a little inner corner highlight. Okay, so now I want to go into, let's go ahead and do brows. So I have not tried these brow products, so I have no idea how they will be. But they have a brow gel that has just a little spoolie on the end, and they had a pencil. So I thought I would kind of go through with the pencil first, and we'll see how that goes. This is the color Blonde, which sometimes really comes off a lot darker than you think. So that's why I went with this. And it's a good color. It's filling in pretty nicely. I'll do this side. And then I'll just go over it with the brow gel. Now we're going to go over it with the brow gel. Hopefully this will stay consistent. This is in Blonde as well, and it does look pretty consistent color-wise. And we'll just brush this through. You could just do this if you were in a hurry and not fool with the pencil, but pencil definitely fills in a little bit more. So I'm pretty pleased with those. Those aren't bad. Actually really pretty nice. Okay, let's do eyeliner. The eyeliner that they have is their 16-hour extreme lasting, and I got the shade But First Espresso. It's just a deep brown. I'm going to go ahead and tight line first, and then I'm going to go ahead and line my top lash line. It tight lines pretty well. Okay, we're going to see how this goes. And I do have a little angled brush. Very smooth. I really didn't tug very much at all. I'm just going to soften it a little bit with going over it with the brush. But overall, this is very nice. We'll see how long it lasts and before it smudges, but I'm not having to hold my lid, and it's going on smoothly, and it's not tugging, and it's not dry, so that's actually really nice. I feel like eyeliner pencils, if you find a good one in the drugstore, it's just such a good thing, because who wants to spend a lot of money on an eyeliner pencil, you know? I also got this shade Rock and Taupe, which I thought would be a really pretty eye look too, but I decided to go with the espresso for this. But so far, so good. Okay, so they are very well known for their mascaras. It's another product. The Lash Princess is very, very popular. And I've talked a lot about the primer before on my channel, because I do love their primer. So I'm gonna go ahead and prime my eyelashes, and then I'm gonna add on some of just the original Lash Princess, the False Lash Effect mascara. Primer's on. Here's the wand for that. Really one of my favorite mascaras. I think my favorite from the drugstore by far. I hadn't worn it in a while and I've forgotten how good it is. It's just a great, great mascara. Lash Princess, and they have lots of different varieties, so you can pick one that you like. I just like this original one that's got the kind of teal green on the bottle. Okay, so lips is really the reason that I even decided to do this video. I found a dupe this week for actually one of my favorite Chanel liquid lipsticks, and it was in their the Essence new formula, their Stay Matte 8 Hour. And so I have 2 colors of this, and we're gonna play around with this, but I wanted to, this is also their Stay liner, 8 Hour liner in the shade Because Duh, which is not the best shade name, but I do like this liner a lot. Really nice liner, good neutral color, very smooth, goes on really nicely, and it has great staying power. So I really like this one in the shade Because Duh. I think today I'm going to use the lighter color of the Stay Matte, and this is in the shade Hello Sunrise. Let it settle down and dry on your lips, but I mean, how pretty is this? Just kind of a nude, but warmer nude. Really love this. And then you saw I did this one. It's beautiful too. Well, the reason I think I really got started with all this is because of these glosses. These glosses, they call them their Shine, Shine, Shine Wet Gloss. They won an Allure Best of Beauty award, which I'm going to be doing a video with a bunch of Allure Best of Beauty. And that's really what got me going. This clear one is beautiful, but today I'm going to use this one that is called Let It Go. And it's like a champagne-y shimmer color. These matte lips are drying, just like the Chanel, but they stay on and they're great. But you do need a topper or it will be real dry on your lips. So these glosses are great, or you could use a lip balm, but I've really been enjoying these glosses. And as you can see, this adds a little sparkle. I love the applicator too. It's just kind of flat and bigger. So good. So good. So I am totally finished. This is the full face of Essence. I mean, what do you think? Not too bad. All this is drugstore. I think the most expensive thing would be either of these palettes, which are probably $9.99, but they go on sale at Ulta quite a bit. Everything is really around $5, almost everything in here. The blush, the highlight, the eye pencils. The brows were surprising. I really actually like that a lot. And they were I think they were $2.99 each. Very impressed with the eye pencil. Didn't smudge, very nice. Of course, I love the mascara and I have for years. The lip products, I'm just loving. They're all good, the gloss and the liquid lip, which is so nice now with masks. They do blushes really well if you want a good little blush. The powder is fine. I don't think it's anything to write home about, but it's really pretty good. And I liked this eye primer. That seemed to work out pretty well. It is not my favorite just because you're buying 4 powders and really I could only use this lightest one over here. I mean, you could use them on your eyes, but these were really way too deep for me, even this one. But this actually did look pretty good on. And I love this palette. This is, I just think, a fabulous palette. The pan sizes on these are huge. Very blendable, very pretty, good, neutral, great one for fall. So I really would recommend this palette. And so that is everything. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you enjoyed talking a little bit about Essence.